Chinese laptops are getting better and better, and right now they are reaching a new level. With the Jumper EZBook 3 Pro, we tested a budget laptop made from metal. We used it as a daily driver for a week. I'm Christopher for CMM with the in-depth review. The laptop for the test has been provided to us by GearBest. The link to the shop is located down in the video description. The Jumper EZBook 3 Pro comes in the typical and rather plain packaging we are used to from previous Jumper laptops. Package contents are a quick start guide and a power supply with Chinese plugs, so you need an adapter for it. What becomes clear immediately is that Jumper put a lot of effort into the EZBook 3 Pro to make it a great product. You really get premium quality for a budget price. The roll body is made from aluminum and it is even CNC crafted. Comparing the laptop's build quality to an Apple MacBook, the difference is only minimal. That's quite impressive at a price tag starting from $230, isn't it? Due to the full metal body, the EZBook 3 Pro is very sturdy. The body doesn't bend even when applying pressure onto the center of the base part. The screen's hinge also leaves a solid impression. It doesn't move too easily and it is quite sturdy as well. You can lift the laptop by its screen with no issue, and the screen angle doesn't change when you do it carefully. Also, the insides of the EZBook 3 Pro look decent. All components are well laid out and properly screwed in. It's just the total opposite from what you would expect. Furthermore, the EZBook 3 Pro is extremely slim. The base part on the thinnest point is just 2mm as well as 9mm on its thickest point. The lid is extremely slim too at just 4mm, which really is impressive. The weight of the laptop isn't too heavy at close to 1.4 kg. The rubber feet on the bottom provide a decent amount of grip to ensure a secure stand. Let's have a look around the laptop to check out ports and stuff. On the left side there is a USB 3.0 port, a headphone jack and a microSD card reader. On the right there is a mini HDMI port, another USB 3.0 port and the DC in jack. Next to the DC in jack is a charging indicator. Red means charging and green means fully charged. Above the screen sits a webcam, which is rather large, but that looks kinda nice. Above the keyboard there are stereo microphones as well as usual LED indicators that light up in blue on the EZBook 3 Pro. The 13.3-inch display comes with a 16:9 ratio and operates at a resolution of 1920 by 1080 pixels. Jumper uses an Anti-Glare IPS LCD panel which shows near to no reflections. Considering the price tag, the screen is excellent and you really can't expect more from it. It is evenly backlit, the picture looks crisp and sharp, colors do pop and look vivid yet realistic, and the contrast is great too. Blacks do look very intense. The viewing angles are top notch, there really is no difference in color when looking at the screen from the sides, just the brightness gets lower. Despite the maximum brightness being a tad lower than on the EZBook 3, thanks to the anti-glare coating, the screen still is very readable outdoors. What we love are the thin screen bezels and the fact that there is almost no black frame around the active area of the panel. The picture almost perfectly ends at where the screen frame starts. The keyboard is great as well. There is no flex when typing and it feels very comfortable to work with. The key travel is excellent, neither too long nor too short. Furthermore, the typing noise isn't very loud and sounds rather nice. We never experienced problems with stuck keys or random double or skipped characters. Fast typing is possible and is just very comfortable. We did write a lot of blog posts and even entire reviews on it without missing the MacBook Pro's keyboard, and that means a lot. Another thing that's definitely a pro are the function keys for controlling the screen brightness. The touchpad is kinda mediocre, it does the basics well, so moving the cursor is no problem. Accuracy could be a tad better, but you will get used to that. One bad part is that the physical mouse buttons have a very high resistance to them, so you need quite some force to press them. Also, you can only press them on the lower touchpad area. Doing a right click by tapping with 2 fingers often needs more than one attempt. Also, 2-finger scrolling doesn't work very well. The touchpad starts scrolling after the fingers moved a certain distance, which limits the effective space available for scrolling. Oh, and by the way, this one isn't a precision touchpad, so there are no Windows 10 gestures at all. What we like on the other hand is that the touchpad sits in place tightly, so there is no rattle or movement when tapping away on it. Performance-wise, the EZBook 3 Pro performs decent with its Apollo Lake Celeron N3450 processor. Windows runs nicely on it, and simple apps like Facebook and Messenger run totally smooth. More demanding applications like Microsoft Office or Google Chrome do work surprisingly fluent as well. The EZBook 3 Pro even handles 4K videos being played on YouTube through Google Chrome. Tools like Photoshop are usable, but only with simple objects. Complex PSDs result in a stuttery experience. Also, you shouldn't expect to use the EZBook 3 Pro for video editing. If you are into gaming, it depends on what you play if you will be happy. Classic store games like Asphalt Extreme and that stuff do run well. You can also play League of Legends or World of Tanks with reduced graphics. But don't expect to be able to run GTA 5 or similar stuff. The N3450 is just too weak for that. The cooling of the EZBook 3 Pro is great thanks to a large heatsink. Even under high load, while charging the laptop and placing it on an insulating surface, the SoC temperature never exceeds 70 degrees Celsius. The body's temperature always stays within a comfortable range with a maximum of 35 degrees Celsius. Thanks to 6 GB of DDR3 RAM with 1600 MHz and dual channel, the EZBook 3 Pro handles multitasking quite well. 8 opened apps do not result in any performance issues. The internal 64 GB memory is based on eMMC 5.1 chips made by Toshiba and reaches good reading speeds. Just the writing performance isn't that good. You can expand the memory by SATA 3 M2 SSD starting from the second batch. We unfortunately got a first batch laptop which doesn't have the M2 slot. While testing the two USB 3.0 ports, we have been able to reach full USB 3 speeds on both. Also, both parts can power a 2.5-inch hard drive without any power supply. The microSD card reader is rather slow due to it being attached by USB 2.0. The Jumper EZBook 3 Pro runs Windows 10 Home 64-bit, which is fully licensed and activated. The key is stored inside the UEFI firmware. The system by default boots with English language, but you can install any language you want from the system settings. There is no bloatware except a small touchpad tool which is useless and can be uninstalled. Windows updates do work fine, and we have been able to install the Creators Update with no issues whatsoever. We tried booting Ubuntu, but like on the predecessor, this failed. The UEFI crashes before the group bootloader starts and only shows a black screen. Wi-Fi signal strength surprised us despite the full metal body. One floor below the router, there is no noticeable drop in bandwidth. The only sad thing is that it only has a BGN Wi-Fi card. Bluetooth 4.0 works flawless too. Using headphones, we have been able to move freely across 2 rooms without any interferences. The EZBook 3 Pro stereo speakers are placed on the bottom of the laptop, which means they are easily covered, which lowers the volume quite a bit. The speakers sound mediocre, but you can get more out of them by enabling bass boost. But everything above 60% volume will result in distortions. The headphone jack delivers a strong and clear signal with no interferences and an extremely high volume. If there is too much bass for your taste, you can play with the equalizer. 2 microphones are capable of recording stereo sound. They do sound better than the predecessor, but still a bit dull and kinda like underwater. Also, there is a slight background noise.
And this is a test of the microphone inside the Jumper EZBook 3 Pro. I'm talking now directly into the microphone. Now I am 30 centimeters away. Now I am 50 centimeters away. And now I am 1 meter away.
The 2 megapixel webcam also got a little better than on the predecessor, but again not perfect. But it's totally enough to take profile pictures and of course for video chats. The battery is advertised to offer a 4800 mAh capacity, which doesn't sound like much, but battery life actually is very much acceptable. We reached around 6 hours of runtime during daily use, and the maximum reached was 8 hours at lowest screen brightness. Charging the battery is very quick at only 2.5 hours. Verdict: the Jumper EZBook 3 Pro is an awesome and impressive overall package. You get a premium product at a budget price here. The Jumper EZBook 3 Pro offers a more than decent price-performance ratio and does almost everything right. This is why this time we can give a full purchase recommendation in case the specs meet up with your demands. So that's all for this video. A shop link and more information is located down in the video description. I was Christopher for CMM, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.